Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do your first quarter 2022 reading. That includes January, February, and March. This is taking us through the Mercury retrograde, which begins today, and through the Venus retrograde and conjunction with Pluto in Capricorn. That will be completed in early March. So, if you're finding value in this reading, please like and subscribe. And I thank you to all those who have helped, supported, and loved me. Namaste. I'm beginning your reading with an overall energy card, Virgo, which is the Warrior of Staffs or the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is indicating the energy, overall energy of the first quarter, and the Knight of Wands is showing me that you are uncharacteristically inspired. You are uncharacteristically courageous, brash, and bold in these first 3 months of the year, and you are going to be pursuing a new idea, a new passion. You may even be leading this new charge. You are inspired with a natural gift, a naturally occurring gift or talent that you have, and you are urged and determined to express this idea at large. In January, you have the Warrior of Swords or the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Interesting. So I see you doing a lot of deep diving, a lot of inspiration, a lot of observation of your own thoughts and feelings, of those behaviors that have led to disappointments that you've experienced in the past. You are resolved to recognize and understand that your thoughts have led to behaviors that have resulted in some disappointments that you are and have experienced over a fairly protracted long period here during last year. You are still in the phase of trying to understand these experiences. You're still exploring and evaluating the actions you took that resulted in these disappointments. However, rather than internalizing this deep sense of self-criticism or denial of your feelings and objectification of your experience, you are turning to this flow of love. You have had an inspiration and a recognition that the true healing of this incredible reevaluation that you have been undergoing to understand the ways in which you have experienced these disappointments is most easily and successfully countered and released through the flow of love. This is the recognition that you have many resources, many talents, and many gifts that you are now in a position to share, to express, and to experience. And this is providing the inspiration to you to recognize that as you have released and analyzed these experiences, you have now unburdened yourself and learned the lessons of these disappointments rather than continuing to internalize the sadness and disappointment, the self-criticism. You, Virgo, instead have been released. You have been released from these experiences. You have been transformed from your own reflection of your behaviors through your efforts at taking responsibility for the disappointments, the challenges, and suffering you have been experiencing. In February, we have the Nine of Staffs or the Nine of Wands. This is the Ace of Staffs and the King of Cups, the Lord of Cups. Interesting. So you are supporting this determination to express yourself through this experience of new inspiration and new love, new vistas, new terrains, new ideas, and a higher level of emotional expression. You are recognizing that you have been forged by these difficult experiences. And the second nine here is indicating that you have pushed yourself as far as you can go in your analysis, in your ability to witness your own experiences of disappointment, struggle, hard work, determination, and you are now ready to review some unfinished business, return to something that was not complete, something that you have gained courage to face, in recognizing that rather than a forceful strike at a very complex set of experiences, you are now releasing your emotional experiences and able to reveal your vulnerabilities, recognizing that you have gained and transformed that vulnerability of experience, that display of the fear of display of weakness, the false necessity to always appear strong has been released. And you are now emotionally mature in such a way that you recognize that it is through the processing of these disappointments and heartaches that you have gained in your ability to understand that these were lessons, challenges, disappointments, even pain from which you have learned, from which you have extracted valuable lessons that are now allowing you to appreciate the complexity and ambiguity of the heart. This is also telling me that you have had some very difficult experiences because you have the capacity to understand their value. This has not only improved you as a partner, a leader, as a creator, but it's also matured you as a counselor, a guide, a person who understands that these experiences of hardship have allowed you to gain in your ability to nurture, to care, to give succor to, and to support all of those who seek that support. In March, you have the Sun card, you have the Three of Staffs, and the King of Jades. You are realizing your greatest happiness through your experiences right now. You have been released from disappointments, the struggle to overcome and to build your material circumstance, so that you are now understanding and appreciating that you peeling away that resistance, the behaviors of resistance, rules, and compliance that no longer is suited to you, has released you, has liberated you, and given you the ability to identify your own happiness as the strongest and most meaningful goal of your life. You've worked hard for this, and in working hard for this, you are now free to understand and to reach for new goals and new opportunities. This is placing you in a position of a liberated expression to move into new areas of expression, those that are less familiar to you, perhaps tentatively for now, but with all of the knowledge, compassion, hard work, and skills necessary to move off and build in this new direction. You are still testing out the waters because this experience of happiness is still somewhat new on a physical and cellular level. This is an experience that you are increasingly feeling in your body. It is a sense of newness and purpose that you has been fashioned and outfitted for new goals, new accomplishment, new achievements, and new victories. Because this is the second king or lord that is showing up in this reading, very much focused on not only your physical and material resources that you have learned to master, but also this is releasing this mastery of emotions and feelings that is helping you to identify that it is your happiness that is the ultimate goal here. The card on the bottom is going to tell us about some hidden resources available to you. And the Seven of Jades is indicating again your natural tendency, Virgo, to evaluate the details of your process, the actual nuts and bolts of how you work productively and successfully, how to improve the product that is your life, and how to work with greater joy, greater enlightenment, greater facility without the need for control. So the Seven of Jades is indicating your ability to recognize that as good and as diligent as you've been in your efforts towards your achievements, that there are ways that you can work smarter and, I dare say, with greater happiness, joy, inspiration, and love. I'm going to pull an oracle card from the combined decks of the Divine Doors, the Language of Flowers, and the Crystal Oracle, and I have Xenia, the flower Xenia, and the key word is absence. What is not here is the key. I'm going to leave this for you, Virgo. Again, I'm Regina from Pacific Tarot. I truly appreciate the time that you've spent with me. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. I welcome comments. I love hearing how this is useful to you. And until next time, Namaste.